Hello! So last class what we did was make this dumpster. If you did not finish it, here is what it looks like. So in this module, I'm going to show you some things and you're going to get a grade for this at the end of the bell. At the end of this module. So what we're going to do, I'm going to just click and drag a selection box around this entire dumpster right here. I'm going to click on group, and I'm going to give it a name of dumpster. And I'm going to move it to the side back here. Now if you want to bring in a quad view, it's Alt-W. Or if you want to maintain or maximize this view here, it's Alt-W. Alright, so what we're going to do now is create a plane that looks about this big. So you're just going to eyeball this plane. This plane right here does not need necessarily a specific dimension, but if you wanted to duplicate mine, mine is, let's just call it 300 by 400. And I'm going to turn the segments off because I don't need any segments. 1, 1. Alright, and now I'm going to click on the dumpster and I'm going to move it up on the Z-axis. As you see, the wheels are below the surface there. So the quickest way to do this, click the dumpster, press W if you don't have the move tool activated, and I'm just going to click up. I'm going to lower my view so I can see when the wheels are completely up, and I'm just going to click up on the Z-axis. Okay. Alright, so now I'll press F9 will render this image so I can see what I'm looking at here. Okay. Alright, so I got a dumpster here. And I'm going to move it to the back over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a box that's about, raise it up a little bit. Let's give this a length of 100, width 265, height of 2, and no segments. This is going to be the foundation for what we're building right here. Okay, and I'm going to move it back. I'm orbiting around. I'm going to move it back on the y-axis till about here, okay? And now I am going to create another box inside of it like so. Trying to maintain the same width on the left side as I am in the front on the side, but we will give it a specific dimension here. This is going to be, let's say, 72 by 225, and the height is going to be, let's say, 40. Alright, I'm not going to move it up. Yeah, let's move it up. So I'll move it up and just out of the ground. Alright, now I'm going to convert this into an editable poly. This is the part where I'm going to talk a little bit quicker for the sake of the length of the video. So my suggestion, when I do something, hit pause on the video, you do it, and then come back to the video, unpause, and then follow along step by step by clicking pause. So I convert this into an editable poly. Right click, convert to editable poly. I'm going to go into edge mode. So I'm going to click 2 right here. I'm going to click on this edge. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose hide unselected. That's going to hide everything in the scene so I can see what I'm doing right here. And now what I am going to do next is hold control and I'm going to click on this edge here. That allows me to make multiple selections. To deselect an edge, you hold Alt and click on it, but in this case we want to click on it while holding control. So now I'm going to add a doorway. So I'm going to hit the settings box next to connect. I'm going to change this to 2 because I want the doorway to have a left side and a right side. And this middle dial right here, I'm going to click and drag in so I can determine the width of the doorway, and then I'm going to hit the check mark. And because I want the doorway to be about this height, I need to add a segment here. But in order to do that, I have to click all the way around this building and select this edge, the edge in the back corner, and this edge. Or I can just hit the ring button on the keyboard. So I'm going to ring that right now, and then I'm going to shut my door because it's ringing. Alright, now I'm going to hit the settings box next to connect, and I'm going to change the number 2 to a number 1. And I am going to adjust the bottom, which adjusts the height here, and this is also going to determine the height of all the windows that I'm going to be adding as well. So right about there looks good. I'm going to hit the check mark after I make this 55. So hit the check mark, and now I'm going to click on this vertical, and I'm going to hit ring all the way around. And now I'm going to hit the settings box next to connect, and I'm going to right click on these arrows here, and now I'm going to drag them down. So let's say negative 30, negative 40, and I'll hit the check mark. And now I want to choose this edge here, and I'm going to click remove. I don't want that edge in the middle. Okay, now I'm going to determine where the windows are going, so I need to select this edge and this edge only, and this edge and this edge only, and I'm doing that while holding control, and I'm going to hit the settings box next to the word connect, and I'm going to change the number to 2. I'm going to right click on these arrows to set this back to 0 to center these in this section, and the middle arrows I'm going to click and drag up to, let's say, 90, and then hit the check mark. All right, and now I'm going to create the doorway. So I'm going to go into polygon mode for this, number 4. I'm going to click on this doorway here. I'm going to hit the settings box next to the word inset, and I'm going to keep this at 1. I'm going to hit the check mark. And now I'm going to go into edge mode, which is number 2 on the keyboard. I'm going to select this edge and this edge. I'm going to hit the settings box next to the word connect. I'm going to right click on the first number, right click on the second number, and I'm going to hit the check mark. So 1, 0, 0. All right, and now I'm going to hit the settings box next to the word chamfer, and I'm going to drag this first number to 0.5. And I'm going to hit the check mark. Now I'm going to go into polygon subobject level, which is number 4 on the keyboard. I'm going to select this window, hold control, select this window, select this side of the door and this side of the door. I'm going to hit the settings box next to the word extrude, and I'm going to right click on the arrows next to the word 10, and I'm going to change it to negative 0.1. I'm sorry, negative 1. Check mark. All right, and now I'm going to select the top polygon. I'm going to hit the settings box next to the word extrude, and I'm going to change it to number 3 and hit the green check mark. Now I'm going to select this polygon, hold control of this polygon, that polygon. I'm going to hit extrude and change this number to 6. Let's change that number. I'm going to control Z. I'm going to change that number to 12. So extrude, change that to 12, hit the check mark. And now I'm going to hold control, click this. I'm sorry, don't hold control. Click this polygon, hold control, and click this polygon, orbit around to the side. Hold control, click this polygon, that polygon. So I have these 2 polygons as well as these 2 polygons selected. And I'm going to hit the settings box next to extrude. It should still say 12. I'm going to hit the check mark. So I'll click the polygon to get out of that, or you can press 4. I'm going to right click and choose unhide all. Okay. Next, I'm going to select this polygon here. I'm going to convert that into an editable poly. We're not going to do anything to that yet. And let's create, I'm going to hold control to select the building. I'm going to move the building over here, and I'm going to leave the dumpster over here in the corner. All right. That's all we're doing in this module.